In 1989, I went to Japan on a dance tour. We did a little jazz, a little tap. And taking a job halfway around the world gave me some space away from my Catholic home. I was coming to terms with the fact that I wanted to have a child, but I didn't want the husband I was told should precede parenthood. In 1991, I returned from Japan to California with my 2-month-old son to start my new life as a single gay mother. Now, I had also started teaching yoga, and over the years, I've had some amazing clients, Cher, Greg Louganis, Sting, to name a few. I would often bring my son with me to their mansions, complete with screening rooms and adjacent candy rooms with popcorn and frozen yogurt machines. Maybe this exposure to extreme wealth influenced him, but when my son was 11 years old, he told me he wanted to fly in a helicopter. He also got really interested in luxury travel. He used to search up the first-class cabins on airplanes. Mom, look at the first-class cabin on Singapore Airlines. He also told me he wanted to have a brother. Now, if you believe in the law of attraction, my son is an advanced practitioner. I have told him I believe he attracted Elena, not her real name, into our lives. She was cute and athletic, and she had 2 boys close to my son's age. As we got to know them better, we learned that Elena flew helicopters. In fact, she owned her own helicopter. Eventually, we moved in together and started to travel, first class, often on private jets her family owned. So there, my son had not 1, but 2 brothers, lots of helicopter rides, and he was definitely experiencing first-class travel. I gave up most of my friends and my clients. Elena didn't want me working. I let go of my ambitions in entertainment. She hated show business. However, when the Ellen DeGeneres Show contacted me because of YouTube videos I had online asking me to do a yoga trick on the show, despite Elena's misgivings, I said yes. I was over the moon. Elena sat glumly in the audience, miserable. To the outside world, we looked like the perfect gay family of 5. But things are not always what they seem.
So there I was in my parents' living room in New Jersey. It was the summer of 1978, and I was just lying on the couch, 21 years old and covered in chicken pox, scratching and listening to show tunes. I wondered if I had made a mistake in not pursuing my dream of being on Broadway. But I needed to get as far away from my parents and New Jersey as possible. You see, my parents were hell-bent on me becoming a rich, straight lawyer. But that dream ended for them the year before, when I had to ask my father if I could just borrow $11 till payday so I could take the LSAT so I could go to law school. Predictably, he bellowed at me, "Why is everybody always asking me for my fucking money?" And it was at that moment that I decided, fuck law school. Bye-bye. But Broadway was going to have to wait. I was going to LA to be on a sitcom and to meet the guy of my dreams, probably on the plane ride out there. So I depoxed and arrived in LA with only my suitcase and my virginity. Though shy, naive, and very closeted, I became a salesman in an exclusive men's clothing store in Beverly Hills, where it seemed that almost everybody was gay. The staff, the customers, and especially the clothing. And every morning, Stanley, the head salesman, would regale me with tales of his sexual exploits and many romances with married couples and small crowds. He would describe the various apparati that can be used when making love to a group. He spoke of the joys of duct tape, leather straps, whips and chains and harnesses. Oh my! Then there was the hoisting and the spinning, and I was stuttering and I was stammering. But hallelujah, the store finally opened and the stars flooded in. Like Chuck Connors, the star of the old TV series, The Rifleman. Remember him? He called me from the dressing room one night, said he needed help with something. So he opened the door, and he was just standing there, staring at me, totally naked, and very happy to see me. One can plainly see why he was called the Rifleman. And so he said to me, well, what do you think? And all I could do was put my hands up and say, don't shoot. It's true. I don't know how he fit in that dressing room. But you can call me old-fashioned, but this is not what I was looking for. I was not a fast-lane kind of guy. I was never into drinking, drugging, or hoisting. I was just looking for a nice guy, you know, somebody that I could cook for and go to the movies with and walk along the beach with and ravage like a wild animal. But this only seemed to happen for me with straight guys. Except for the ravaging, they would not go there. So one dream down. In 1981, however, my other dream did come true. For a little while, anyway. I was cast as a semi-regular on TV's Happy Days, portraying the Studley Melvin Belvin. Why are you laughing? I'm Studley. Thank you. They remember. But the thing that changed was after Happy Days, I was very lost. My acting career was over because I was going blind, and every Mr. Right turned out to be Mr. Straight. And Broadway, well, Broadway was just another street. But as you know, most dreams don't come true or last. But sometimes a little dream comes true that you didn't even know you wanted and can be right in front of you. Right, boy? Sudite. And that happened for me. I remember that someone told me that I should become an acting coach, but I couldn't picture or imagine teaching anybody anything or to help lead other people to their dreams. But at the age of 26, with no prospects and no money, I figured, what the hell? So I did. I opened my own workshop, and surprisingly, it was 25 of the most productive years of my life. But more surprising than that was that I saw myself in some of my students, the ones who were also lost. And I somehow became a mentor and a confidant to some of these men and women because they knew that they could trust me. And I loved my students. And I realized only recently that that is what I needed when I first came out here, that kind of guidance. But sadly, too many people who follow the rainbow to LA won't be as lucky as I was. Like Erin Moran, who I worked with on Happy Days, who died recently because she hit rock bottom at the age of only 56. But right now, there are thousands and thousands of young people all around the world who are lying on a couch somewhere with Madame Rose's voice screaming in their head, goodbye!